Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. An inspiring session about all the space tech. I hope you all enjoyed. And if anyone wants to talk to the founders, you will find them on Umbrella app, which is very useful to learn everything about people who are attending here. And let's make sure that we use the network in a wise way. And right now, we're turning the sides, flipping the sides of the coin because we are having the reverse pitch competition. What means we're gonna have VCs pitching instead of the founders. And founders will be judging VC's pitch. We're gonna have few criterias that's gonna make the evaluation of the pitches. The first one and most important, clarity of investment thesis. Then, of course, how without the USP, and then some success stories, so we really make sure that that's the VC we want to go to. And presentation skills, because of course we have to know how to communicate in a clear way. Right now, I would like to introduce our dear judges who will be joining this panel. First of all, I would like to invite Andris and Martins from Monetizr. Can I see you guys? Please, round of applause. They are our judges, founders coming here, and VCs will be facing the audience this time and sharing about their knowledge. I guess we will make the room, right? Is that okay here? Yeah, cool. We're gonna have 2 more judges. So if we can make some room for the judges, would be really great. We have 2 seats here, so maybe we can move the line. And then for that empty seat, I would like to invite Marina from VREACH. Round of applause. And last but not least, Lauris from Swotzy. Welcome. So each judge, they do have the evaluation sheets. The way we're going to do that, we have in total 5 minutes for one VC. 3 minutes of pitch. You already heard the criteria. 2 minutes for Q&A. Q&A will be run by our dear judges. And after all the pitches, VCs will have a moment to come back on stage and to give the final short pitch while we were selecting the winner, who is going to get a very special prize. Are all the rules clear? Yes? How many founders do we have here in the room? Great, great, great. That's what I want to see. Do we have any more VCs coming here who will observe how to pitch? Amazing. So maybe next time we're going to have you also on stage for the reverse pitching. So let's wait no more and invite the first VC. I would like to invite on stage Caroline from Maki VC. Please, round of applause. Okay. 3 minutes for the pitch.
All right. And the Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hey, so recently a founder that I work with asked me, Caroline, why do you care so much? He didn't say it like that literally, but that's what he meant. And my reply to that was exactly the reason why I believe Maki is one of the best choices you can make as an early stage founder. And I will tell you, but first I need to begin with these quick facts. So Maki VC in brief is a Helsinki-based VC firm with a global mandate. We're actively investing since 2018, leading pre-seed and seed rounds with tickets ranging from 300,000 to 3 million euros. We make deep tech and brand-driven investments with no specific industry focus across different B2B and B2C verticals. You could think now this sounds insanely broad. Do we have any kind of focus at all? No, and that's the point. And the reason is that we make very high conviction, unusually high conviction investments at the very early stage. Let me explain. So this is reflected in the fact that we only allocate 1/3 of the total fund for initial investments and 2/3 for follow-ons in the same companies. I also try to visualize it. So you can imagine the upper pie chart as a fund that, for example, has a more it's more geographically limited, and allocates most of the investment money to first investments. And then that would be us with a bigger total pie to choose from, but selecting a much smaller slice. So what I'm trying to say, what that means for you is that, one, we care more than most others. So you get a team that will stick with you through thick and thin, really doing anything to help you win until the very end. It also means that later stage investors know that we are incredibly selective in our investment decisions, so signaling high quality, and you can find some really cool names there like A16Z or Atomico. And then obviously don't just take my word for it. What we're most proud of is the outstanding teams that we get to back, ranging from cutting-edge quantum computers to B2B, SaaS, customer service, automation, and also chicken-free, egg-white.
Thank you.
And that's Maki.
Just
Thank
on
you.
time. That was Caroline from Maki VC. And right now, 2 minutes for the Q&A. You will need some headphones, yes? Who would like to start?
Hey, Caroline. Thanks so much for pitching. Awesome to see that investors are pitching. First things first, why did you join the VC fund, and why you're so passionate about yourself, about the VC fund? Yourself, not the firm itself. As a founder, I need to know that you're going to stick till the end, so we're going to be for a long term here.
Yes. Why did I join Maki? Well, to be honest, it happened a bit randomly. I knew a person that was working there before I joined that was a good friend of mine, and he fell in love with the startup while being a VC, so he left and was looking for a good replacement, and so that was an opportunity that came up, and then I met the team. And for me, it's honestly the people that I get to work with. They are just all extremely smart and nice, and I learn a lot, and we have a lot of fun, and I get to be around great people.
Thank you.
Other than that, I think most VC funds, like, the job is pretty much the same. So, yeah.
More questions? One more question.
Yeah, I can go. Thanks for the pitch. It was very great and quite clear. You put a great emphasis on the follow-on rounds, right? That you follow up. So
Yeah.
Statistically, how many of the initial investments receive a follow-up investment as well?
Well, so you mean from us or in general?
From you.
All of them. So if in any follow-on round that is happening, we will participate until, well, if we start at pre-seed, at least until Series A, and selectively even later stage.
Perfect. Thanks.
5 seconds for last question. Quick one.
Just very interesting how much female founders of the percentage in your portfolio are. Thank you.
Sorry, what's the percentage of female
how
founders?
many female founders?
Actually, I don't know the number. We have quite a few. I don't know the number. What's interesting, and I realized that a few days ago, our full investment team is actually female, except for some of the partners, but everyone else is a woman. Yeah. So that's probably then also leads maybe to more female founders that we invest in. But I actually don't know the number. I can't say.
Thank you. That was Maki VC. Round of applause. And next one on stage, I would like to invite, can I see Ronnie? Ronnie from Ventures. I think we need a bit more like energy here in the room. Now we're talking very startups vibes. Have fun. 3 minutes.
Thank you so much. Oh, clicker. That helps a lot. This is not our deck. Should I go with this one anyways?
Well, we can try to experiment. Can we change the deck to Ventures? No
Almost got a heart
worries. You're
attack.
gonna have your time. You have your few seconds of stand-up. Where is the joke?
Um,
How about if we start without the deck and we start like Ventures, what is
Yeah,
it?
I can do like a small intro here. So, dear Lions, I'm here today seeking for startup companies, founders who are looking to raise 50 to 300,000 euros in capital. So, my name is Ronnie Eriksson. I represent Ventures. How many here knows what Ventures is? Almost no one. Okay, that's good. So Ventures is a venture studio, and our core thesis is about turning good ideas into great ventures. We're a bit different venture capital player because our purpose is about helping companies to create the best possible conditions to grow. We have been doing it for many, many years, and actually had ended up in really good numbers. So we have 38 investments, more than 40 employees, and we're active in 3 countries, both in the Nordics and in the Baltics. We're an early stage generalist investor. Doesn't say that much, but we mostly invest in tech companies or companies enabled by tech. We also look at companies with a positive impact with the footprint here in the new Nordic region. We like to co-invest together with angels and other investors, and we seldom lead rounds. And we also have a sister company, VEC, that then does follow-up investments and operates as a normal venture capital company. So what makes us unique? We are a sweat equity investor. So we're reinvesting parts of our fee when we're doing the work as equity into the companies. We invest in companies that we truly know and can see that we can help by bringing the talent that we have both in development, back-end, front-end, growth marketing, anything in essence a pre-seed or seed stage startup needs to grow. And we aim for ownership between 1 to 5%. Why is something like this needed? Well, in a world where we have a huge talent shortages in this Nordic region, too much good companies, so there is not enough talent to work in all of those companies. And while we don't have enough of that good talent, there is also big problems and big pitfalls that the different companies have. So we have learned throughout the past 7 years what these problems are. And then we have built a team of professionals, of senior people, junior people, who know how to solve all of these problems. We have different kind of packages. We join in a bit different stages. We have everything from validating the idea, so actually helping the startups understand what there is, coming in-house, joining the team, figuring it out. We have packages in actually building the product from MVP to actually its scalability. And then we have everything you need to actually accelerate your growth, get those users, and grow beyond the region and the world. We have a team of 40 amazing people who all have been building startups for their whole life. With more than 150 startups in our pocket, we have been able to create the 30 beautiful investments. And here's a couple of examples of companies we are immensely proud of from our portfolio. So this is us, Ventures, a bit unique and different venture capital player, but something that I truly myself believe that our region needs. Thank you.
Well done. Just on time, just on time. Ronnie, you really practiced it well.
Yes, many
Questions
times.
from the judges?
Thanks so much for the presentation. It was great. So one thing that caught my eye, you mentioned that you strive to create the conditions for growth. And I just wanted to kind of ask, can you share an example how you have helped a company do that?
Yeah, really, really good question. So, for example, the past half a year, we've been working really closely with an Icelandic company called Livy. Livy, the problem with Iceland is that there is even less people than there is here in other parts of the Nordic region. So what Livy really needed, they needed a team around them so that they could actually work together with people to actually make things happen. So this one man and a couple of developers team actually grew into a 6-person team where we brought in the competence that was hard to find in Iceland, started to work together with them, and now we have seen amazing successes after that, for example, closing La Liga as one of the customers here to our region.
Thank you.
So you mentioned 30 plus investments, right? How many of those purely in Baltics?
Right now we have 4 investments purely in Baltics and looking for 3 to 4 more upcoming in soon days.
Perfect, thank you.
Thanks. On a high level, could you give a stuff gone wrong story with the founding teams where probably you've seen the metrics, you're helping out, but something is not working? And how did you treat that? How did you build a relationship with the founders? Again, high level.
Yeah. I've been with the company only the past 8 months, so fortunately I haven't seen actually any gone wrong cases. But from the experience and from the discussions that I've had with the team, I would say when startups have their normal struggles and whatever they're facing, I think like what we have made to mitigate those big problems, say that you're running out of cash, you're running out of the runway, our model actually allows us, like compared to, for example, normal consultancy company, to be there, to actually be present when everything is going south, not just going away because the money ran out. And I think this makes us really unique because most you buy something, outsource something, and when you outsource it, when the money runs out, there is no work to be done anymore. We will be there present. We will be there to help. We will be there to support, to find more funders, to find anything the company needs to actually survive. Because as a VC company and hands-on, that's what we want to do.
Thank you. Thank you, judges, for the questions. Thank you, Ronnie, for pitching. That was a great pitch.
Thank you so much.
And
That was stressful.
that was, you did fine. You did really fine.
Thank you.
Thank you. I can take this one. And next on stage is Federico from join.capital. Federico likes to talk. Round of applause. Let's see how he managed to fit the pitch into 3 minutes. Good luck.
Thank you. It's going to be very easy. I only have one slide. You see it. So people have a tendency not to listen to the speaker when they're reading slides. So I'll give you a second. Okay, you've seen it. Now we can start. So hello, everyone. I'm Federico. Some of you might know me from my time at Karma Ventures. I've switched to join.capital in the last month. So please, if you ask me some statistics about the portfolio, I will invent them. So no worries about that. I have an answer to everything. But listen, very simply. So it's a 112 million fund. Announcement still to be made. So confidential. I don't know, I'm being recorded. So we'll see how that goes. But basically, you know, we're launching our second fund, investing all across Europe in a B2B software or hardware plus software companies with an industrial tech angle. What does it mean? If I explain you kind of like, you know, the story and the LP base, you understand better. So Join has a lot of LPs. Most of those come from the corporate, from the German Mittelstand. So we're talking about from medium companies to very large companies in Germany, mostly in these industrial tech. So we're talking about banks, robotics, different things. So from this LP base, we ask them for feedbacks and we introduce founders to them, making sure that, you know, we have a competent person looking at the company that is, you know, maybe doing some IoT or some specific stuff. So we get a feedback. The founder gets an intro to, you know, some key executive at, you know, BMW or similar. And then it's a win-win because then we decide to invest. And for our portfolio companies, we really help with the commercial, you know, with the go-to-market aspect on the German industry space. So let's say you're an Estonian company, you're targeting, I don't know, like automotive companies in Germany, boom, Excel file, there's 5, you can look at them and we can make an intro there. I think this is what we call, you know, value-adding VC, which is a word that is extremely abused in the space, but, you know, we can help with the go-to-market on that. We're mostly focusing on seed, Series A, ticket size, again, 1 to 5 million. This means that we're lead or co-lead investors. Usually we don't take the whole round by ourselves. We like to co-invest. So if some other VCs in the room, you know, we want to co-invest, you know, we're happy to do it. And again, I'm based in Milan right now, after several years being based in Tallinn. We have one office in London, one in Berlin, which is the main office. And again, we're very open to look into Baltics, look into Europe, try to find meaningful companies in this industrial space that can really lead to, you know, better industrial architecture, infrastructure, whatever that means, that we can introduce to our LPs and hopefully help them with the commercial side. So that's it about Join. I like to, you know, say that funds, it's not only a vehicle, it's not only like, you know, metrics and stuff, but it's about people. So if you work with Join, you're going to work with me. I come from the product management side. I used to acquire companies as a job to innovate a corporate in Italy called Octo Telematics. You will work with Wanjiru. She's maybe somewhere in the room, maybe not. She used to work for American VC fund. You're going to work with Jan. You're going to work with Sebastian. Lots of people that come from very different sides. And I think that this personal chemistry with the individual person within the fund is very important. So we try to allocate, you know, the right people on the right fund. We don't want to say like, okay, you know, Fede, talk to them. Yeah, that's the guy you're going to work with. If you don't like me, that's fine. We're going to make sure that, you know, the portfolio founder interacts with the right person for them.
Amazing. Thank you. Questions?
Yeah. Thank you. I don't need this.
Fede, thanks so much. I would love to have you on the board. You just joined the company, but let's speak about loyalty. Mm-hmm. So you just switched to capital firms, and
yes.
How can I rely on you?
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. That's not an easy answer to give, considering that there is karma like in the corner over there. But no, jokes aside. So right now we joined with the new fund. We currently have some money to allocate in Italy. So out of the 112 million, there's a chunk of it that needs to go in Italy, and they needed a person, an Italian person. Usually, they're looking for somebody living abroad to be located in Italy to find these investments. So right now, my personal focus here is get those deals done, get these investments done in Italy. And then after those bits are allocated, going back to Baltics, Nordics, and back to the network which is existing there. I think this was a significant opportunity to switch on. So I'm very happy about the switch. There's a lot of ownership, but I think it was like the right move. So I understand that, but my loyalty is more with the founders than with the companies. So yeah, that's great to do it. Yeah.
I wanted to ask, so what are some of the maybe top 2-3 values that you look for when you join a new fund?
Mm-hmm.
What's important for you?
That's a good question. So with the new funds, actually Caroline put it really well. Like the jobs are quite similar because you have the different theses, different focus. But at the end of the day, like VCs tend to operate in a similar fashion. I think that what makes really sense is to find for companies that, to look for funds that have a certain expertise in a specific area. I think that like the further we go, the less the pure generalist funds are going to be active. There's more and more specialization, or even if it's not industry-wise, there's a focus. We saw with Maki heavy investments in follow-ons. So there has to be an angle. And I like the angle that Join has. I like this industrial, I like this LP base that they can use to leverage for the commercial side. So whenever as a founder you go and look for, hey, who should be my investor, understand like, are they just putting money anywhere, or do they really have like a reasoning behind? Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Federico from join.capital.
Thank you.
Well done. And last but not least, we do have right now on stage Linda from Karma VC. Round of applause. Here you go. Do you need the slides?
Oh, yeah.
Here you go.
That is perfect. It's always great to go after a former colleague, so the intro has been done for me. And also, anybody who's had meetings today probably has been hit in the face with our huge logo. And you know what they say about huge logos? Pretty big deals. So, Karma VC, just a quick recap of us. We're headquartered, or kind of the majority of the team is based in Tallinn, Estonia. We do late seed and Series A round investments, so we need a little bit of revenue to get going and get excited. We invest all over Europe, and what we invest in is deep tech software. So it's a hard thing to define, but what I would say is it's something that is hard to replicate, something that takes time to build, and has value that you can sell afterwards by itself, even if there's no revenue or if the company doesn't scale. We have 2 funds currently investing out of a 100 million fund, and our ticket size is up to 5 million. We don't really have a minimum ticket size, but this kind of revenue part kind of puts a minimum around maybe 700K, million, somewhere along those lines. We take 10 to 20% ownership, so leading quite often. Earlier we take more, later we take less, depends on our role and the ticket size. And we're pretty high touch in the way that we work with our founders. We try to find as much time as possible, which is speak with them, sit down with them, support them, and help them. And there's a long history behind Karma as well. The guys started investing in 2006 as part of the Sky Founders kind of family office. They had a global deep tech portfolio there, learned a lot about American, Asian, European companies, and Karma's built on the back of that. And this is the lovely team. We have a very diverse team, both there's only 7 of us, and there's 3 nationalities. Everybody has come from some sort of a different background. Arthur is a former operator, a CFO who's scaled companies from seed to Series C. Christian has been in investing in 14 years. Before that, he was a financial analyst within private equity. Has been in this space for a very long time. Myself, I've built teams for unicorns and companies and C-suites that have helped them scale. Margus is a 2-time CEO. Riin is a finance wizard, and Tommy has worked for huge corporates and led P&Ls of 3 billion. We have amazing kick-ass advisors. So some of these names you'd probably know, and if you don't know them personally, you'll know the companies that they've worked for. So these are amazing people that we can get knowledge from, insight from, help from, and the same applies to our founders. And we have a portfolio which is very diverse. different business models, different types of businesses, all international. And just to show, those B rounds have all been done just in last year. So I think our kind of follow-on investment rate, both from ourselves, so half of our fund is for follow-on investments, but also into our companies is pretty high. And the same with our second portfolio, which we're looking for many investments still to be made. And our main thing, we can help you to exits, as shown here. Thank you very much.
Very sharp and nice pitch. We have now open room for the questions.
Thank you for the presentation. I would like to ask, what are top 3 reasons why you say no to founders?
I think the majority is a deep tech, right? I think this is a really hard thing, both for us, but also for the founders to understand and define, because it's a little bit different in each kind of category and industry. So there's a little bit of kind of that. I think the second part is potentially the traction piece. We like deep tech a lot, so I think oftentimes we like to have clients that know those markets well and who can validate the product pretty well as well. So if the client base doesn't work, then that's sometimes, and team. I think we like to build partnerships. So it's either the values don't align or we just don't feel like we're looking for the same things and same outcomes. So we like to see in this very similar direction. It's like a marriage, right? So we take that very seriously.
You mentioned a little revenue. Could you explain traction to me? What does it mean? How does a top-tier company that you invest look like from a revenue perspective? And could you give a specific number range?
The reason why I don't give a number is because we don't have it. Like, we've made investments where there's one client, right? But the client has oftentimes been like a tier 1 client. So they validate it. It's like, this is amazing. We've looked at hundreds of companies. We've never seen anything like this. And the company's doing like 10K like yearly revenue from the back of that baby at the point of investment, right? So it's not a number, but it's like, how can we qualify that this revenue matters in this specific company, in this market? So because we have companies in like IoT, we have B2B SaaS type of companies, we have marketplaces, it slightly looks different for each of them. If the tech is amazing, we don't really need that much. If the tech is like harder to validate, then we need a little bit more traction. So it is a scale, and I mean a little bit at least.
Okay, and the time is out. So right now, dear judges, first of all, round of applause for last but not least. And I would like you to stay, Linda, with me. Don't go away. Don't go away. Stay with me. Judges, you have around 5 minutes to choose the winner. So who from VC pitched best and convinced you? And I would like to invite the rest of VC representatives. And what we're going to do right now, so don't run away, we're going to do a final quick one-liner pitch. So on whatever you want, the message you would like to spread, and questions from the audience. Maybe there were some questions that were not asked before. So that's your time, actually, to ask the question. And I think you won. OK? Is that clear? OK. Quick, come here in the middle. In the middle. 30 seconds while you're VC.
Building startups is lonely, hard, and demands a lot both mentally and physically. So it's not fun to do it alone. So do it with us, and we will walk with you hand in hand to dreamland.
Ronnie from Ventures. Next. Well done.
How do you follow up with that? Yeah, if building a company is something that you're very passionate about, where if you're eager to learn, to develop, to grow, if you have a lot of ambition, and you need a partner for the long term, that's us. Like, so ask all the stupid questions, get all of those problems out there. There's someone in our network, someone in the team who's had those before, so we'll make sure that we'll do our best to every problem that you have, we'll find some sort of solution together, we'll partner, we'll marry, and looking forward to working with all the cool founders and deep tech software founders in the room.
Linda, Karma VC.
So, okay, following on this, if you're a founder or if you're an aspiring founder, build something meaningful, because we forget that the startup industry is meant to disrupt. It is meant not to improve 5%, 10%, something that someone else is doing, but to have a radical change. So be ambitious, Try to make something that is meaningful. Try to really be an innovator. And if you are one, then call me. Okay? Ciao.
Federico, join Capital.
Yeah, next to what I already said in my pitch, I think it's also good to know that everyone from our team has either founded their own companies or worked in startups for a long time. And then we also have a lot of individual limited partners that are, well, wealthy individuals that have founded their own companies and exited them. And you get access to the whole Maki house, is what we call it, when we invest in you. And then that expertise ranges from industrial engineering to brand building, marketing and comms, whatever you need.
Brilliant. Caroline, Maki VC. Thank you. That's our investor pitch event. And I see that we have already the results ready. But before we go, who is the winner? Any questions from the audience that you wanted to ask but judges did not ask? Everything was clear? No questions? We want to hear the winner? OK, then we just go straight to the winner. And I would like to invite someone from the jury to announce who is the winner of the reverse pitch competition.
Hi, everyone. So we had a very heated debate. It took a lot of thinking and arguing and convincing each other. But we eventually agreed that the winner of this investor pitch competition.
Should we do some, I don't know, round of applause? And the winner
is join.capital.
Woo! Congratulations.
Well done.
Capital,
well done.
You are coming to TechChill 2025. Golden tickets for next year. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, judges. Thank you, VCs. Thank you, everyone who were here, part of the audience.
Thank you. Thank you.
Any final words? How do you feel, Federico?
I thought there was a 1 million prize, or no? Was this a different competition?
It might be reverse.
Okay, okay, well, so I give you a million.
You give 1 million.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming, and well, thank you for the judges. I mean, always lovely to be here, so
Amazing.
hit me up.
And don't forget, you can reach out to everyone here in person, bump into the rooms, or Brella app. And today at 9 p.m., the best place to meet each other, network, have fun, sing some karaoke is in the after party powered by Deal. So see you everyone there. Enjoy the rest of the event. Thank you.